So coaching approaches, talking about similarities and differences within a coach's approach in terms of their own philosophies and coaching for coaching different groups. Every coach has their own individual approach to a certain situation. Many may be similar, but it's how the coach adapts and handles the situation is what makes it unique. They use different strategies and motivational techniques, all with the same goal as each other, to improve their athletes' performance. The main approach used is the holistic approach. Martins 2012 stated that helping athletes understand what the game is all about and helping them learn to play the game. Through this approach, players discover what to do in the game, not by the coach telling them, but by experiencing it themselves. A coach usually uses three main approaches to their coaching. The first being autocratic. This style has the coach making all of the decisions for the team. All the athletes do is respond to their coach and do what they say. The team believes their coach has all the knowledge and experience to guide them in the correct path. However, sometimes athletes can become scared and fear their coach because they may not want to upset them if they don't agree with something they have decided. The next stage is the democratic approach. With this, ideas and thoughts are shared between the coach and the athlete. This allows trust to build within the relationship between the team and the coach. However, this throughout your team from grassroots to elite level is important because it encourages bonding within the team, which in turn can lead to improved performance and better team cohesion. This type of approach also helps coaches outline the correct training requirements for their athletes and helps put in place goals for them to achieve and work towards. The third and final approach is the laissez-faire approach. This has little input, instruction and minimal guidance from the coach. Some think this is a bad idea, as the team won't be able to lead themselves. However, the argument against this, stated in Martins 2012, is it allows problem solving to take place, which leads to stronger team bonding and a better team cohesion overall. Nevertheless, a coach may adopt this approach of coaching because they may not be confident with their own ability to coach or have the necessary knowledge or experience to coach a team well and improve them. Grassroots is the start of an athlete's playing career. Starting at age 5, it encourages teamwork, honesty, hard work and respect. Grassroots sport is played locally and done for enjoyment. It is a very social side of sport, especially as you get older. However, at a young age, athletes use grassroots sport to develop their talents and put themselves in the shop window. The elite level is the pinnacle of the participation pyramid. This is professional sport where people play for a living. Coaching the elite is seen as the height of coaching as well. The older you get, the more competitive sport can become. For some, this competitive nature is fuel used as motivation, to motivate themselves to better their own performance. Of course, having natural talent does help, but being able to work hard constantly and have a never-say-die attitude towards your sport puts you head and shoulders above the rest.
The key skills haven't changed, the game hasn't changed, the physicality has changed, so that's key for the modern game, but the fundamentals of the game will never change. It's catch, it's kick, it's pass, it's doing your basics.
It will be basics building up into more complex stuff, obviously, as the players get older, but equally, focus on basics right from first team right down is essential, I think.
Well, go straight back on your feet, straight over, good. So you see the tackle's never finished.
Don't run before you can walk, and that's the kind of bit of the basic thing we're looking for.
Let's go! Hands, targets, faster! Good! Well done, let's go! Hands up, work! Good work!
2 hands, offload.
So some of the skills that we look to implement sort of through the schools and clubs and that sort of young age, the pros are doing as part of their warm-up as well, and it's critical that they're done, The players will be the first people to tell you that it is vital, that the skills are continuously worked on, and a lot of attention goes into detail sort of within those drills.
The term philosophy is genuinely used in both coaching and everyday life to refer to a worldview or approach, or even a kind of personal ideology. This is from Hardman and Jones 2013. Philosophy is a very broad term. You have to branch off and look into what makes up that philosophy. According to Robinson 2015, a philosophy can be made up of personal beliefs and external influences. Some of these include family, friends, peers, and past coaches who have coached you previously. Therefore, usually your philosophy on life has a big impact on your coaching philosophy.
I'm a real firm believer in a lot of the teachings of John Wooden. You know, Coach Wooden used to really talk a lot about the things that I've read about not looking at the scoreboard. That shouldn't be your destination. The destination should be about building young people and using the things that you value to help them build and grow. And if you do that, the scoreboard will take care of itself. And like I said, when I played for the Orland Park Pioneers, when I played in the Orland Youth Association, in baseball and basketball, those are the great coaches I had the privilege to work with. A lot of them were dads. A lot of them, you know, there's a lot more training involved, but a lot were volunteers that just gave of their time. And what I learned at that young age is just how critically important it is developing a relationship so a young person has fun in the game, so they can learn the lessons fundamentally, technically, to be a good player, to be safe, but also to have success, and through success they're going to have some fun.
Professionalism contains the unwritten rules of sport. It is about how you apply yourself in a certain situation and how you manage difficult scenarios. Being professional in your lifestyle choices will make your coaching more professional, delivering a better standard of coaching, and overall improving the athlete's performance both individually and collectively. Pushing yourself every day and striving to be the best you can be helps the coach during training sessions because you are motivated and willing to learn. This brings respect to them as a player and having them being thought of as highly by peers, coaches, and other officials.
During our involvement in sport, we are likely to encounter coaches whom we respect. This will vary from person to person because we all respond to different styles at different times. In many cases, it may be difficult to exactly pinpoint why we respect a particular coach, but there are some characteristics that are common amongst respected coaches. A respected coach will have admirable personal qualities, such as honesty, integrity, and consistency, and will have a mutually trusting relationship with the players. Such a coach can be judged by their actions, and players and staff are motivated and inspired by the coach's hard work, organisation, and dedication. The respected coach can draw on extensive knowledge in many of the key coaching skills mentioned earlier, such as sports psychology, biomechanics, diet, and training methods. Players are more likely to place their trust in a coach who can demonstrate sound knowledge in a range of areas. Nobody ever stops learning, and the best coaches are fully aware of this. They will constantly try to keep up with the latest developments in their sport and instill in their players the same emphasis on personal development. A respected coach has high expectations for themselves and their players. Even after a win, they'll be searching for ways to improve.
To conclude, coaches must identify their own coaching approach in order to get the best performance possible from their athletes, be that at grassroots level or at the elite level. Sometimes using a mixture of the three does help a coach,